Good evening, everybody. I hope the mic is okay. I watched my stream yesterday and I noticed that my mic got cut off at like a few parts. I was not speaking loud enough. So I hope today I will be speaking loud enough. Because I don't want to have misinterpreted content or things that I did not say properly out. So I hope that I'll be speaking much louder today. Much louder than what I'm used to speaking with. This is, to me, this is like shouting, right? Yeah, you're gonna scream and shout right now. Yeah. Oh, but I can't because it's like, you know, it's 10 o'clock. So I hope you let me know if my audio gets cut off and I did not say the sentences properly. But yeah, let's have fun today and learn some new stuff. Hello Wooden Stack, hello Mio, hello Apex, good to have fun, thank you! Hey! So yeah, fun today. Let's just get into it because I don't know how long it will be. I hope it'll be short because I don't know how much I want to talk about it, but it could be long. It could... 今日はこの配信に始めようと思います。Learning K-pop terms. Yeah, I made a slide, but I was not done with it, so I think we're just gonna add as it goes. And then, if it helps, you can use these same terms, these internet words, to the same equivalent to your other artists as well. Today, I'm comparing it to J-pop, so I hope that we can have things that are easily, you know, recognizable, and you're like, oh, okay, so it's the same word as in J-pop. But it's extra funny when you compare it with Western artists, because some people will be like, I don't know if you see it on Twitter or something. They're like QRT this tweet, like how you would tweet a what's a Western artist? Taylor Swift, like how you would tweet in K-pop, something like that, right? And then the tweets are really funny because like that's the kind of like content, because it's like cross-cultural things, right? And then like the things that they would say here would not translate the same way as it would do in the West. So I feel like if we can broaden this very interesting language across to other musical artists, it would be very interesting. Yeah, let's start off with the disclaimer. I don't want to get cancelled. One thing I know for sure that even though I'm very new in this K-pop thing, that the fans are vicious. They are very scary and nasty when they need to be and can be. So just a big long disclaimer here. I'm very new, literally like 1 year plus. I got into it around April. I don't remember when I got into it. Around April, June-ish. So yeah, April 24th is the date I got into. Yeah, so that's not very long in terms of K-pop age, because people would literally know this music genre since like high school. Most people will get into school. Yeah, I was a weeb through and through. I watched Cardcaptor Sakura when I was, I don't know, 3-5 years old. What's the youngest age you can remember watching anime? That's the youngest. I grew up with anime and J-pop, and I did not listen to any I don't watch TV. I didn't know about K-pop. Probably I heard it on like MTV once or twice, like Girls' Generation, you know, Shiny. But you know, I've heard I heard one song, I've heard the group name, but I never actually really got into it. So when telling this to people, they feel that like I'm not embarrassed. It's just that they have like this genuine shock in their face, because they're like, what do you mean you haven't heard of this group when you are like 10 years old? It was everywhere. No, I curated my interests from very young. I only knew J-pop. So I think it'd be easier to compare because you know there's like J idols, like idol groups. So yeah, I hope that if any of you guys, girls, y'alls, they, thems in that who know more, feel free to add on in the comment section so we all can learn together and correct our mistakes. Hey, used to listen to AOAX. Oh, I know those are very old groups. I hope they are doing well now. Pop fans and anime fans are literally cousins. They are. It's just that people don't see to it. So I'm trying to bridge the gap here today. Like literally, if I broke the walls of like language, right? They're literally almost the same thing. There's only like 1-2 things that are a bit different because like culturally or like the way how they handle music in their own countries. What to say? Oh, bandit hiatus. Oh man. I hope the people themselves are doing well. Like, I know like a lot of like older gens that like disbanded, but I listen to K-indie. Yeah, that's cool as well. Indie music. I think indie music is like more generalized. I mean, they don't have like very big fandoms for people to really get into fights, fan wars. So, just enjoy music as you will. So, like Hallyu, I recently learned this word. It means Korean wave. It's not that much different from J-pop, so let's just learn. I hope it's not that much different. There are actually a lot of differences, like how they perform live performances and all that. It's a lot different, but let's just look at like the positive things and the similarities today. I know there's a lot of negative things as well, but if possible, I don't want to focus on that. Maybe you learn it through your journey as a fan leader. So we'll just start with the basics. So in K-pop we call it bias. In J-pop we call it oshi or oshimen. Men is like my pop. Like this, like let's say it's a group and I oshi one person. So my oshi member. So basically oshimen means oshi member. So bias is like one person, most likely some people, or a lot of people actually, they bias or they oshi many people in a group, or if they're like solo artist stands and they oshi or they bias several people, which is good, you know, because like yeah, you have your taste and all that. You can like many people at one time, kind of thing, right? Like oshi, like my oshi is Hoshimachi Suisei, but my oshi is also Rika, you know, like I can't pick one or the other. Like they're both two different people, and even though they're from like one is Holo Stars and one is Holo Live, like technically same group, but they're like two different people. They're like they're both my oshi. I cannot pick one or the other. And then bias for K-pop is the same thing. Let's say because another disclaimer here, I don't want to say that I'm a K-pop fan. I'm more like only a 17 fan because I only listen to 17. More like a 17er than a K-popper. So let's say that it's 13 people in the group, and then like I like number 1 and number 3. I cannot just like only number 1, but I also like number 3. You know, that kind of thing. So it's the same thing. It's just different words. So if you see people, you know, in K-pop, they mention like, oh, this person is my bias, or this person or that group, you know, I bias this and this person. It's the same thing as oshi. You know, just the most basic of basic, you must know this. So one thing in J-pop, I don't know how to find the equivalent, is called a bias wrecker. K-pop is in English lah, you know, I don't know the Korean word of it, but in English, bias wrecker. And in J-pop, I have no idea what to think about it. It's more like I said, right, oshi is like, oh, you can like 2 people at one time, but 2 or 3 or more lah, you know, you can like you know, you oshi the whole group, then that's a different thing. Bias wrecker is like, let's say what's an equivalent that we can take something that we understand easily? Let's take Project Sekai. Okay, I think Project Sekai has very lah. Like Wonder White. Flip with the but they've got this picture. Just copy this picture. Just open up a blank page. Okay. So to say, let's say my bias Oshi. Okay. Let's say my bias Oshi is Hatsune Miku, right? This is my bias. Maybe I'll have two. Let's say I like Emo and Miku. Okay. But let's say in an event, right? In the game event, suddenly, maybe Nene, she's like the song is featuring her. It's her event, and then suddenly she's like, oh, she's kind of cute, I didn't know that she has this cute tendency, or like, oh, she has that robot thing, it's very cute, Nene-chan and Nene robot, right? Yeah. Then suddenly how come I also have feelings for Nene? So she's my bias wrecker. Understand? home wrecker. You're not cheating, I think. Okay, I didn't think of it as home wrecker. Kind of like that, It's like they just creep up behind you, like out of nowhere. I didn't think about it that way. Oshihen kana? Maybe, but then it means that you are like change, right? Oshihen kai? Yeah, so so this is basically it. Let's say I like Emu and Miku, but Nene could be my bias. Like maybe for one time, maybe like for that one, the Christmas event, Nene is my bias. And then what if suddenly another event, right? The potato event, right? It was Rui. Rui was so charming there, and then he took center stage with his performance and the lines, and then the dance, and I was like, wow, suddenly Rui a bit charming this time, even though the whole MV I kept looking at Miku and Emu, and then suddenly wow, that one part Rui was a bit more charming than the other, so it's like fire cycle, something like that lah. So I hope that this is this thing that we can, yeah. Oshihen, thank you for the input. Mirin Castel, yay, welcome. Oshihenka, yeah, I guess changing Oshi, but you still like your original Oshi, your original bias. So it's not saying but it is a negative thing to say to someone. Let's say you went to a concert, right? A K-pop concert, or or you want a fan call, you want a video call, right, with this K-pop person, and then oh my god, you're my bias wrecker, and then that's kind of like a backhanded compliment, I guess, cause you're it's like saying you're not my top favorite, but you are my number 2 spot, something like that. So don't tell the artists themselves that you are my wrecker. But some people maybe do it flirtingly or jokingly, I guess. But it's just in the context of online internet slang, right? You guys will be talking to each other. Then oh my gosh, I feel like after the new event, Nene is or Sukasa is suddenly like my bias wrecker. Like Miku was so cute in that song, but then suddenly Sukasa is I think I want a gacha for his card. like that, you know. Suddenly you're like, oh, just that particular one event you won his card out of nowhere. Like you don't even collect him, you don't even like his general outfits, or like suddenly you're like, I feel like just one, it's not that bad, just one. It starts with one. Okay, the concept is about the same thing for both, but the way how they handle concepts is different. J-pop concept, they do change between songs. I think the similarity for both is they change, I guess, the music video. Like K-pop, they have concepts similar to like VTubers. VTubers. Okay, let's try a VTuber example. What's a VTuber example? I'm a VTuber, but no, that's not the same. Okay, what's a wild? Okay, let's take Gura from Hololive. Right? Okay, you know Gura, Gura from Hololive. So her concept, is that she's a shark girl, right? Shark girl. So basically this is like the most general premise. Like, if anything, she is definitely a shark girl. She's not gonna be like a whale girl the next thing or something. She's not gonna be some jellyfish girl. She's definitely just from start to end, she is a shark girl. But she has outfits, right? So she has her cat ear. But they have outfits, right? So she has her cat ear. She's a shark, but cat ears doesn't make sense, but it's cute, so it works. So maybe for like, concepts can be like, or for that one outfit. But for K-pop, it's like for the one whole version or one whole album of the song that's going on at that moment. What group can I? Okay. This is a 4th gen group. They're called N-hypen. So the concept about N-hypen is that they are vampires. So they are vampires. Okay. This shark girl, constantly start to end shark. This one, concept start to end possibly a vampire. So far they haven't changed their concept or like made it too much different, because all their MVs have a coherent story. All of them go back to them being vampires or something like that, And they have a story. But some groups don't really have a fixed concept. I think like older groups don't really have fixed concepts. Like the newer gen, if they have a concept, then they try to stick to it, because when you make songs or something, and then the composers, then they have like an idea on what the story of the song would be, something like that. Yeah. But for VTubers, for song covers, you can be anything. Like what did Gura cover? But not song, right? I mean, she has an original song. Okay, so her original song, she's a shark, right? The reflect. Okay. We have like the. So Gura's, this is her original song. Okay, but then her cover song, she cover King. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Put some. So in King, I mean, I don't know what the actual meaning of the song is, like they are kings, right? But no, she's not a king, she's a shark girl, you know, but it's a cover, so it's fine. Oh, but for like Enhypen, they're vampires. Like start to, so far I haven't seen lah. There's one song that didn't feel very vampire-ish, but if you read between the lines, they are still talking about like their growth as a group, you know, as vampires trying to fit into human societies. But yeah, so similar, you know, both very similar. And they can also do cover songs, you know, like K-pop groups also do cover songs, some of them cover songs. So yeah, that very similar things. I feel we can equalize them with VTubers, I guess. With J-pop groups, I think J-pop, let's say like idol groups like AKB48, right? They're just a general idol group. So every song is different. Let's say like one day they're having fun in summer, then another day they're like having like Valentine's Day, another day they're like singing sad songs about winter and that kind of thing. So it can, you know, differ to differ, you know. Is there any like recent J-pop group that's like have a fixed concept? The only one that I really know is like bands, say like Bang Dream. So Bang Dream punya concept band, anime band with real life counterpart, I guess. No? Anime. Okay. Concept with anime band with a real life counterpart. What is it? Yeah, okay. So, you know, they haven't strayed from it. They didn't suddenly become idol groups. They didn't start singing and dancing with like, you know, the way how K-pop does. They start to finish, they will perform with instruments. So, you know, this is the concept and they stick to it start to end. That's the concept. Fits with VTubers, K-pop, and anime J band. Selka and selfie. This is the same. I don't know, maybe it's just a linguistic thing. When people say selfie, it means selka in K-pop. You know, at first I thought what was selka, and then they're like, oh, you know, it's a selfie. But like, why are you so Koreabu? Can't you just say selfie? Yeah, that was not a good thing to say. But anyway, you can say both. You can say selka, you can say selfie. It's the same thing. There's no example of this because it's just the same thing. So yeah. So if people say they say, oh, I took a selka today, or if a K-pop person says like, or like an idol says like, oh, here's a selka for you, you know, when they post in their community post, something like that, right? It's like, oh, today's selka, and they're like, what's a selka? It's like, oh, it's a selfie. So just so that you don't like, you know, get confused or get embarrassed by yourself. Like, what the hell is this? So next slide. Let me know if you have any questions, then we can think about it. Yeah, actually paspare is like mata. Hey, welcome to the stream, mata ne. So paspare, pastel palettes, is a Bang Dream group. They also perform live with a band, but the idol is the idol. The concept is that they are idols performing as a band. So it's still a concept. You know, none of them. Let me know if there's any equivalent or like questions that make sure that everyone in chat understands. You're not that much fan of K-pop? Okay, no worries. yeah, so if you know J-pop, then you can easily, like for me, I managed to understand a lot of K-pop terms thanks to J-pop, but there were also a lot of words I had to, because K-pop was like so specific about these things that I was like, why you must make things so difficult? Cannot just make things like, you know, I like this song, banger. So many things like I learned in K-pop that was so difficult to translate or like get people really into the culture itself. Like if you're just listening for the music, it's fine. But like, wow, if you're trying to like really get into it, I'm trying to teach you how to really get into it. Okay, so one thing about K-pop, they have this thing called age line. I don't know if there's a J-pop, they don't really have a term for it. It's more like if you're born in the same year, we are this year age line. Let's say like the 2000 year age line, you know. So like people within this, born in this same year, they are suddenly best friends, or like they're like, oh, you are also born in the year 2000, you are my bestie right now. Like even though something like that, yeah. So or like because age line can be within the same group. Let's say like 3 people are born in the year 95, right? 1995. So they are called the 95 year age line, or 95Z or something like that, you know, like the age line something. But in J-pop, I don't think there's an actual like equivalent term to say. I haven't seen it at all, I guess. Oh, can I think about age line? Oh, no, not really. Basically lah, you know, in common English, it's just called, just because they're born in the same year and then they're all best friends. Okay, and then this also applies if they are from different groups. Okay, let's say like, okay, let's just pick Bang Dream lah. Easy to. I don't know if you guys know Bang Dream. If you don't know Bang Dream, you let me know. I can try to think of another concept. What else is same age with them? Who is same age in Paspare together with the Roselia girlies? I don't really remember the age anymore. I don't want to get my facts wrong, but I feel like I'm getting my facts wrong. So okay, let's say like let's say 2 out of 5 from this is the same age, and 2 out of 5 here is the same age, right? And then suddenly these 4 people, they're called that year age line, or like people outside who are like they suddenly create their own subunit, or like it's not an official subunit, it's just like a group of gathering, like a gathering of friends. Let's say if they hang out and then they're like, oh look, it's the 95Z hanging out together, so people get excited, and then they have like their own, what's it called, bias line or something. So just now we learn bias, right? We learn bias circle. So this thing is called bias line. There's a lot of variations for this. I even had another slide just for this, but I feel like there's a lot more to go on. So bias line, when I said, you know, you have like, when you oshi more than one person, you can oshi like 5 people at one time, and then like, oh, these 5 people, they're my bias line. It could be like 5 out of 7. 5 out of 7 people I like. So these 5 people are like my bias line. Or like, let's say my bias line for Roselia is like Rinko, Ako, and Sayo. So 3 out of 5, my bias line. Like I would associate anything, or if I see an event or I see them in a screen capture or fan art, I'm like, oh my god, Roselia, Ako, Sayo, bias line. This was made for me, you know. Then you get excited. So this is what they, you know, what K-poppies go through, you know, when they see the same people that you like in one photo. So in J-pop or like anime, it's like when you see the characters that you like all in one same event, or like in say like Wonderland Showtime, and then let's say you like other groups also lah. Like and then it can be more than 2 groups. It can be so copy image. Okay, so let's say my bias line is they all have Hatsune Miku. Okay, let's not take Hatsune Miku. Let's so my bias line Mizuki, Emu, and Konami. Okay, so these 3, like girly 1, girly 2, and girly 3, my bias line. So when there's an event, or like a special summer or like June Bride event, you know, then these 3 appear, and then I get super excited, and then I tweet about it, and then like, wow, my bias line is in the current event. I love this event so much. So that is what it means, bias line. We learn new word. Feeling so well, gonna look. Okay, go learn, no worries. You can watch the stream later. You know. Today is a learning stream. Need to like, if you don't understand, gonna ask me question. Okay, next we have stan, group oshi. It can also mean from bias, but stan, you know, like what's a word to say this? Like tweet stan, anime stan, pop tweet stan, you know, like, so it means like a more general thing. Like in J-pop, I guess it means like the group oshi, like you oshi this one whole group. I oshi Holo Stars, you know, like I'm a Holo Star stan, like that, instead of like saying like I'm a Holo Live stan. No, I'm a Holo Star stan. Those are 2 different things. Or like I'm a Wonderland Showtime stan. Like I like Project Sekai, but I'm a Wonderland Showtime stan. So this is the language we use in online. So can use the same thing, you know. Group, I really like this group. I am this group stan. This linguistic stuff. Next is alt. It means ultimate. Ultimate. But usually we just like alt. You know, like the skill, ultimate skill. Yeah. Yeah. So ultimate means like your kami oshi. So stan can also be used for individual. Yes, can also, but I say like I'm a stan of this person, or I bias this person. It's the same thing, but most people would, if they just particularly say for one person, they just say, oh, this is my bias, or this is my bias line, this person is my bias record. No. Ultimate ability. Yeah. So that you can use stan for the thing, but it sounds more general. That's why I say it's more like for group oshi. Or in J-pop, let's say like I'm a AKB48 stan, but particularly the year of this person, when this person was still in the group, or something. I know that they can be a bit more specific. Or I know one group is very like, there's a lot of it. It's called NCT. If you've heard of this group, NCT, they have okay, so for stan K-pop, right, this is one group, it's called NCT, and then they have so many subgroups in it. There's like NCT Dream, NCT, oh, I don't even know the whole thing because I'm not. Okay, I've got the list. We've got NCT 127. We've got NCT Dream. We've got Wavy. We've got NCT Dojang. My bad. NCT U. NCTU. Basically a lot of different groups. I have no idea, but the whole group, you know, the whole collective of it, they're all still under NCT. Something like AKB, you know. And you know, like AKB, you got the Japanese one. Even Japanese one, they have like regional ones, right? They have different regions, and then they have like international one. They have like the Jakarta one, right? And then yeah, different countries. So yeah, so you can be more specific in that. Let's say like I'm a AKB Jakarta stan, you know, then saying that, oh, I'm just an AKB stan, and then you stand like the whole collective of them, which is like a lot, but you know, it's fine to like the whole group, you know. Oh yeah, so we're talking about ultimate, right? So ultimate is kami oshi. It's like I like, okay, let's say I like Project Sekai, I like Hololive, I like Enhypen, and I also like Bang Dream. But my ultimate, my die for is Hololive Gogura. You know, like if I were to pick and choose like die tomorrow, if I don't choose, I would pick Gogura. Something like that. She's like my top favorite. Can be two, you know, if you're like, let's say you have like 20, you know, to pick one is kind of crazy. Okay, let's say you got two. Okay, like I got like 20 biases, or I like, you know. But then your ultimate, probably like 2 or 3 people. Unleashing your ultimate ability, kasih is just a fan cam, same bias. Can be true, can be true. Fan cams, also another thing, which is also very interesting, because like J-pop, they don't really have like fan sites or like specific groups for people to like stalk to feature one artist in particular. I guess it's kind of funny when they have an alt for one person in an anime franchise, and then they just have like a fan cam. Anything work? Yeah, so basically kami oshi. Okay, OTX. X is like the number of people lah. You know, let's say like in how many people I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 people in an iPhone. And then I am an OT7 oshi, which in Japanese, in J-pop, means like haku oshi. I like the whole group as like all of them together. Okay. But there are also this is like the negative part of it. There are some people, let's say there's like 7 people here, right? But I'm an OT6, you know. Like, how can you not like one? I mean, for fans who are very, you know, they enjoy the music, they also appreciate their hard work of all the members together. You know, when they hear someone who are, you know, maybe they're a bit of an anti, they're a bit of a hater, a bit of a troll, right? They're like, oh, I'm an OT6, you know, I'm not an OT6, I'm an OT6. Who is that one person they don't like? Like, you know, or I don't think this person should be part of the group, kind of thing. So these are the people you have to be aware of and be scared of, you know, like you see them, oh, I'm an OT6, okay, block, something like that, like, you know, just fair warning to all of you out there who are you know, walking into like K-pop territory, and then you see like, oh, this group has so I'm gonna talk about 17. Okay, this 17 has like 13 members, but then they have different like subunits inside, right? And then the most like hate war about it is when people say, oh, they don't like the Chinese line unit, so then they're like, and it's 13 minus 2, OT11, you know. And then when you see that, they're like, wow, this person is crazy, I'm just gonna block them. Yeah, there are actual people who just don't want to see one person in the group. Or like, let's say, I think Roselia, you can take it very similar, because they change like members many times. They change the Yuki, and they change Rinko. Yeah. So there are people, they're like, oh, Roselia is a 5-member group, and then there are people who are like, Roselia is a, how many people they change already? 5, 8 people group, 7 people group, something like that, because they also include the seiyus, the performers who have already like graduated, or they change into a different voice actor. So but in that context it's different, because like in Roselia, these people, they already like confirm saying that, oh, they have graduated, they're not going to associate their voice with this franchise from here on. But then with K-pop, it's more like an existing group, you just don't like that one member. So that is when they say a specific number, that X is a specific. What I mean as Haku-oshi is like the whole thing. So when people say, oh, I'm an OT13, means I like everybody. Like I don't have an ultimate because I'm an OT13. Or like I don't have one bias or two bias because I like everybody. Can also work. I don't trust them. Sometimes I'm sure you have one favorite. There has to be at least like 1 to 2 favorite that you're like, yeah, I like every, it's like having children, right? Like, oh, let's say you have 3 children. It's like, oh, all the children is my, I give equally love to everybody. No. Confirm got one, you may be like, oh, I give extra raisins to one kid, then the other kid I give one extra, something like that. Yeah, sometimes once in a while, maybe not all the time, but maybe once in a while you're gonna give that one person, That's OTX. Okay, next. These are just terms. After this, we're just gonna like be a bit more crazy, I think. Okay, for K-pop, you have pre-debut and debut. For J-pop, I think there's only debut. I've never really heard of J-pop debut. I know they have like trainee period, but they don't really emphasize on it, saying like because for K-pop equivalent, they have music shows, or not music show, they have those survival shows. Yeah, it's called a survival show. They have survival shows, okay? So pre-debut is like these people have not debuted yet, or you can say like VTubers, right? Like their pre-debut avatar or pre-debut self, or pre-debut person, like this like already announced, but then they haven't actually debuted. The actual debut date is on what day is today? 2nd July. Okay, let's say the debut date is 2nd July. But then they reveal a silhouette of their avatar and then like a Twitter account on the 1st of July. Oh, I'm a pre-debut VTuber. Right? For J-pop, like in terms of like actual artists lah, I have not really remembered any pre-debut thing. Hi, welcome to the stream, Cookie Coin. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, it's a teaching stream today. We're gonna learn about stuff. I think we already passed by like quite a lot of words, but today is just pre-debut and debut. In K-pop, it's more emphasized. When you have like, oh, this is like pre-debut picture of this person. But in J-pop is I don't know, just childhood photos or something. But debut, when they become an idol, oh, this is their idol. I don't think they have like a specific word to mention. But in K-pop, they have very like, because debut is a very big thing. Because let's say you are a trainee, you have trained this to be an idol for like 10 years, and then you finally get to debut. Yeah, so your 10 years of training is your pre-debut phase, kind of something. I think in J-pop also same, but they just say whether you're still a trainee or you already debut. They don't really just add a pre behind. So for K-pop, fan chant, and J-pop, fan chant. Wow, this one. J-pop, one thing I like about J-pop is that they have a very general fan chant, and then you can just like hi, 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 at every like beat of the song. But for K-pop is especially in South Korea, it's very specific. If you go to the music show, and then if you attend that one group that you're going for, you have to learn the fan chant. The thing about fan chant is to give encouragement to the idols performing on stage. So for J-pop, in general, you can just just like hi, 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 or the kind of thing. Or they have very specific ones depending, idol groups. Those the Fiba, Saiba, Waipa. That's more specific because not all songs you can put that in. But some songs you can put that in, so it can get specific, but there is a general fan chant that you can just enjoy music and just like shout together with the group. But for K-pop, I'm very scared to get into it, because if I say the wrong fan chant at the wrong time, or if I don't know the fan chant at all, then I just rather just keep quiet. Because what if the person next to me like looks at me, how come you don't know the fan chant or something? I know this is like specifically the fan chant lah, the very angry fan chant only happens in like South Korea, but you can also just enjoy the music normally. You don't have to remember fan chants. It just, I don't know, maybe increases your experience when you can say the full fan chant from start to finish of the song. Maybe your own personal achievement of it, I don't know. You just like the way how it goes with the song, the fan chant. Okay, so do I have any examples? Oh, let me get an example. I know one J-pop, easy, like Diamond City Lights by Niji Sanji, right? Okay, so this is Diamond City Lights, right? Jinzo, fiber, wiper, tiger, chape ape karakira, chape ape karakira. That's the, I mean, that's supposed to be second part. Yeah, so that's the fan chant, like a more specific fan chant for J-pop. For K-pop, haven't. The other day, Spotify played Diamond City Lights, and I thought it was Disney Clarice Connect. Oh yeah, it does, right, at the start. I also thought it was like Connect with Clarice. Okay, I'm gonna play Fighting Hyaji by 17, like by Busuk. But this one, I'll just do the bench. And they have specific websites for fan chants, so then you can learn. They have a video. I'll just Wait, they be talking at the start. What's the song?
Let's go. 와라! 영화! 미나 네이컬러스! 후석수! 아침인데 충천인데 다시 아메
Okay, so that's an example. Like they have very specific fan chants for every song. You can't use the same fan chant for another song because that doesn't work. Because they have the lyrics from that song, they put it into the fan chant. Or sometimes it's like the name of all the members in a specific order in the chorus or after chorus, or the bridge, before the bridge, after the bridge, I don't know, before the song ends, that kind of thing. So those are much more specific. Let Pomu-chan. Yeah, like Pomu-chan. I think my life today suddenly died. Why did it die? Why did my you die? Okay, it is alive again. Yes, it works for now. Yeah, okay. So where were we? We were talking about fan chants, yeah. So in a way, J-pop is more kind. Must have been the wind. Yeah, in a way, in this context, J-pop is more kind because you have like general fan chants. Let's say you don't remember the whole Jinzo, Faiba, Waipa, but you can just like, you know, clap your hands. You can just like, you know, just like yay, you know, things. Yeah. And K-pop is very specific, so it's either you really learn it or you just like, you know, maybe you can just clap your hands. But if you don't know the full thing, maybe you can just like keep quiet so then you don't get scolded with the next person. Okay. In K-pop, every time you release a new song, single, EP, album, call it comeback. In J-pop, they just announce an album and, you know, just like, oh, I'm releasing like a summer EP, or I'm releasing a new album in next 3 months. Call it album announcement, or cover album compilation, you know, something like that. You know, just album announcement, that's it. But in K-pop, when you scroll through the online and then you're like, what's a comeback? It just means that they release new music, that's it. Yeah, it can, like, every time, that doesn't mean that can't be anything, you know. It can't be like a cover is not a comeback. Let's say like my K-pop boy covered Dry Flower by Yuri, right? Okay, that's not a comeback, that's just a cover. But let's say they release a new song, they release like a short EP lah, 3-song EP. Okay, that's a comeback. But then for like J-pop, I don't know if you would consider covers as a release song, but they just specifically say, oh, cover release, album release, EP release, single release. You know, they just release it as a song as is. They don't have a specific word for it. So in K-pop, the word is called comeback. Did I just copy this one? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I didn't know what to put here. I can't think of anything else. What else? With the word comeback, you honestly thought they leave after an album drop, went on hiatus for a couple of months and come back when it... Yeah, technically something like that, you know, cause they came back again, you know, like, oh, I released a new song, I'm gonna like do promotions, I'm gonna do you know, do performances live, things like that, and then I'm gonna go silent until next. I think for Westerners also, they don't have a specific word for it. They just call it releasing new music, releasing a new album, things like that. But they don't call it like a comeback. So I don't know, it's just a specific word in K-pop, you just call it comeback. So yeah, today you learn that comeback means that, oh, they just release new music. But actually in between, they do have content. Let's say like maybe they do like a variety show, you know, like in J-pop they also do like variety shows, right, just to like explain, you know, or like promote the group. You have an example for or like talk shows, radio shows, those are also like variety shows, right? Yeah, so they have those in between. And then sometimes they can also like give teasers saying like, oh, there's something releasing in the next 2 months, something like that. And then fans will get excited. Oh, is it a possible comeback? Or next comeback is announced? Or like, oh, is this like a leak or a teaser, something like that, you know? Yeah, for K-pop it's called comeback. Just like they come back for months, years without new content. That actually happens to groups who do not have control over their music or content. I don't know if there's I can't really say any specific groups or names, not because that I'm scared, or maybe a bit because I'm scared, but also because I can't really remember or particularly say about any group. Let's say like let's say okay, let's just take Bang Dream. Seems like a very easy example. And they have music made for them. Let's take Popping Party. Okay, so let's say these three groups, Roselia, Popping Party, and Pastel Palettes. Which group do you think has the most comebacks in a year? So if I say in this sentence, would you understand? Like, which group releases new music the most in a year? Or like, which group has the most new events in a year? So most likely Popping Party and Roselia. So Pastel Palettes is like, when's their next comeback? When are they gonna appear in the next event? Is there another Pastel Palettes focused event? We never know until the developers decide to do something about it. Or until the developers decide to, okay, you know what, I think we should do some new music for Pastel Palettes, because you know they're like a group with a very nice concept. We can use it for something. So, yeah. In this context, you can use comeback, because they literally have not had any new content for months, or like how many events, like, oh, there's no new songs for them, or sometimes it's not even a new song, you're just waiting for like a cover or just any news in particular. You're like, really? Nothing new? So that's the same context. I think I'm almost done with my slides, because like I really don't know. After this, we're just talking about like if I remember anything else in between, I might say, but I don't think anything else that's specifically different. Yeah, so far these are the words. If you remember any words you've seen in K-pop that you don't understand what it means, you can let me know. Is it a comeback if they came back from a hiatus? It's only a comeback once they release music. It's not really a comeback if they hiatus and they come back and then there's like no new music. They just, yeah, okay, you're back from a hiatus. Now we're waiting for new music. Comeback specifically relates to music. So they have to release a new album, EP, single, something. Then you can call it comeback. If they just come back from hiatus, or they just back from a hiatus, or like they're back from like military service or something like that. Let's say okay lah. Let's say they're back from military service and then they have a comeback. Means they're back from military service and then maybe 1-2 months they release new music. So comeback just means new original music released. Okay, this is what it means. Yeah, it's specifically for album announcements. Say for this so far lah, I've seen this. If there's any actual K-pop stannies in the chat, or you know, maybe after the live is done, if someone want to comment in the comment section, can also let me know that I might be wrong. But I know that comeback specifically mentioned about music. If it's not about music, you just like, oh, you're back from hiatus. Maybe there's a new comeback coming soon. It's a verb, it's a noun, I don't know. it's a word by itself. Really English. Any other questions or things that, you know, words that you've seen in K-pop tweet but you don't know what it means? Maybe we can learn together. Look at. There's another thing that's like, other than that, it's more like language based, you know, like senpai, kohai. Then that's like older person, sanbe, hube, you know. That's not really like something. But one thing they do have similarities that they have, they put importance in like age, seniority. Say if you are younger and then or you're like a newly debuted group, doesn't mean that if your age, let's say group A and group B have members that are same age, right? But then group A debut first, so group B is the younger one, so they must respect group A because they already debut first, even though they have members that are same age. Yeah, you can be friends, but in a sense of like work experience and idol talent and the kind of thing, like, you know, like after like hard work and all that, so there's also a difference in that. Anything similar? Okay, we call, yeah, next is light stick. Light stick. Yeah, okay. So in J-pop, we use these long ones, right? Psyllium, or there's the cracking ones that you just crack with the liquid chemical and then just like, you know, can go crazy. These are like long rectangular cylinders, king blades, you know. Yeah. And then for K-pop, we call it bong. Bong just means stick or something, but they have very specific things. Like there's the fandom name bong. Say like fandom, or it can be a specific name for the bong, or just like a short word for it. Most likely it's a fandom name lah. I've never seen anything else. Fandom name bong. Okay, so for light sticks here, it's just light stick. You know, just call it KB or something. Hey yo, bong, yeah. This I was also very confused when I first, like, why do you call it bong? Why not just call it light stick and say, oh, it's just a specific, because it's Korean, so you gotta like follow the Korean one. In Japanese, in J-pop, you call it psyllium, right? I don't call it psyllium. I just call it light stick. You know, I know psyllium is like the chemical one, but I'm like, it's just a light stick. So these are the differences. Also an extra difference. So I think about colors. So similarity is everything in cap. Wow, similarities. Both battery powered. Oh, but J-pop one, you can be the. I think differences like easy to. Maybe I should just get table. Oh. You know what? I think I need a new. Not going in. Going one. Okay. So. So for K-pop, for colors, they are fandom specific. For J-pop, it's member specific. Yeah, I know this is very big difference. yeah, fandom specific. And then for 9, one, have certain designs that make it concert specific but generally can be used for. It's very long. Okay. Hi Anuchama, welcome! Overslap, no worries. Is it standardized like all bongs look like mics? No. Okay, later I will share a picture that not all bongs look the same. With JP, I think it divides on what you're going for. If you're into like J-pop groupies, we use like King Blade. Yeah, I know King Blade is like the brand, right? But like in like design wise, you know, like colors is like, okay, so colors, they are very fandom specific. Let's say like the group, K-pop group SHINee, right? So they dominated the color cyan. So if anything cyan, and then they have their I don't know what's the, I know the group name is Shawol, so maybe it's a Shawol bong. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I really don't know. So the light stick will be named by the fandom, and then light stick, because it looks very different. I mean, technically they have a little bit, it's a bit different. Korean. Read. So these are like examples, okay, of the different Korean group K-pop light sticks. So some of them, most of them have like the circle at the top, but some of them can take up different shapes. Like there's like a hammer looking one, like a rabbit looking one. There's a bat. You know, there's a pinwheel looking one. But they all have like their own specific ones, I guess. I know there's like a microphone, like there's a gun looking one. But there's literally a gun looking one. Yeah, look. There's a cherry bullet. And then like this one, right? This particular one, it extends to like there's this stick, and then there's another stick, and then you can hold it up like a staff. Yeah, I think this is Dreamcatcher. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So every one of them have like their own identities. So they're very identity specific about light sticks. That's why I think there's like a little bit of a discourse. Because like when you bring another group light stick to another group concert, because one light stick is not cheap, it's quite expensive, like can go up to like 300-400, you know, one light stick. But then, you know, it's very expensive, so you know, you as a consumer, you want to use the same light stick for other concerts, you know. But then there are people who are like, you can't use or bring the same light stick to another group. Like, one, it's not going to synchronize. Okay, so the thing about K-pop concerts is they have Bluetooth connectivity, and they have certain apps that go with it. So the whole concert hall will look like it's like an orchestrated show. Like everything, all the lights, they're all like coordinated. Everything will be like the same. You know, you have like a rainbow wave or something. You know, yeah. So that's the whole thing in a K-pop concert. But in J-pop concert, with this banger thing, you have buttons at the bottom or at the side. You have to click as fast as you can, or you must remember the number or color at which color this thing is coming up, and the next member is coming up. Now you're at yellow, the next member is blue. You have to until the next color. So those are two different things. When I got my first light stick, I was so amazed by the Bluetooth connectivity and the app synchronization and everything. I was like, man, where has this been all my life? I was culture shocked. I am alive for so long, and that was the time that I was so excited to receive something that was worth my money. Remember when they are battery powered? Yeah. We're very high tech nowadays. But back then, I guess, back then they didn't really have like the Bluetooth connectivity. But now they're all like Bluetooth connected, and then the whole concert is like orchestrated. That's why it's like that. Last time it was only like one color, and then it's like only that one color, like the fandom color. So like I know like usually they have the colors like on the bong. So one thing I want to get really into it. So the thing about light sticks, right? Because it's fandom name bong. It's a fandom. It's a light stick that represents the fandom, the group, the whole thing. So let's say if there's a light stick that does not look like it, I'm gonna start hate tweeting. This is awareness. This is awareness. This is not hate tweet. This is not bitching. This is about my favorite group. 17. Okay. See this is version 1. I have a tag. Okay, this is version 1. Yeah. Okay, so their colors are pink and blue lah. Pink and blue. Rose quartz and serenity. Just pink and blue. Version 2. Wow, very pretty. Also, pink and blue. Yeah. And then Mati version 3 came out. Shit, right? Version 3. Where is pink and blue? Where? Let me get the actual thing. The promo picture. Look at this piece of shit. Like fly shit, man. Look at this. Where? Pink and blue where? Give me some fly shit. Yeah, see? So this is when this is my inner K-pop coming up. So this is when fans get really angry because the fandom colors are not on the light stick that they buy very, very expensive for. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the box is pink and blue. I don't care about the box. I can't bring the box to the concert. Is the box gonna light up? If the box lights up, I wouldn't mind. The box doesn't light up and it's very thin. The version 1 and version 2 box is thicker with nicer quality. So, yeah. So, they're just very specific. Like, you can tell each group, who they represent from the light stick. But when you give us something that's not the same, or like it doesn't represent the color, and then fans get really, really, really mad. Like, damn, it's get really mad. But for like J-pop, right, just have this like Xylium. Like I don't have many anime light sticks. I have a Miku Expo one, I have a generic one, and then I have a Bang Dream one. Okay, I have 3. Yeah, I have 3, yeah. I have 3. And then the Bang Dream one is like great handle. Then the generic one is like white handle. And the Miku Expo one, white handle. I say, okay, let's say I have like 3 different ones, right? But I can bring any one of them any concert because they're all the same size. As long all of them can turn yellow at my Oshi or the song or that's supposed to come out, or like like the iconic orange. Okay. Let's say all of them can turn orange at like the most climax part of the song, then that's fine. I can even bring like my extras to my friends, which is what I've done to like other concerts. Like, and then it's slim. I can just put it in my bag and put it in in some pocket. If it's very long, but if you can fit in the pocket, you can fit in the pocket. Light stick is very big. It's bulat. Some of them have like weird shapes like this. How am I gonna put this in my pocket? Cannot. Or like the bat is kind of cool, but I don't know how is it gonna fit in my pocket. Or like some of them have like really big or like oddly shaped top, so can't fit it in my pocket or my bag, so I have to hold it. And they have like merchandise and all that. But Japanese is more standardized. Okay, everybody can bring this same, because they're all the same size. So what else? Some of these look like, yeah, right. They're very, very cool. So once you get into it, and then if you feel like you wanna, oh, I didn't finish talking about the discourse thing. Okay, let's say you go to a concert, right? You go to a concert, you have a Stray Kids stay bong. Okay, you have this red color one, right? And then you want to go to like a Luna concert, which you don't have the light stick because it's very expensive, and then you can only afford one. So okay, may as well I just bring my one light stick and go, and then just have fun. One, it's not gonna connect Bluetooth because it's not the same fandom, and then two, it's probably gonna be it's gonna stand out, because the default color when you click one time is white. So when everybody all synchronizes to like pink, blue, green, rainbow, and then you're like white color, and people be like, oh, that fandom is not from our, I don't know, maybe different country, different cultural differences, the way how they enjoy concerts is different. So this one, take it with a grain of salt. I know some of people in chat, not everybody from Malaysia, some of y'all from different countries. So maybe the way how K-pop is enjoyed in your country is different. Maybe they're like okay with you bringing a different light stick to the concert. Some of them not very friendly. Like in America, it's kind of like half-half. They're like, you don't bring a different group light stick, but some of them it's like I can bring what I want because I spent so expensive on it. So but there's also an option to not bring a light stick. You can bring the generic ones. You can bring the J-pop ones, Psylliums. You can bring the crack open chemical one. Everything will glow green, and it's fine because it's a different shape. And then they're like, oh, this is not from a specific group, so I cannot get mad because this is like the general generic light stick. So it's always okay to bring a generic light stick to a concert. It's not wrong. It's just that when you speak about K-pop and light stick, they are very particular identity about it. So also it's one thing like, if you go to somewhere, a gathering, with like people, and then everyone's holding a different group light stick, and then you like a certain group, and you see this person holding the group light stick that you like. Maybe you're into NCT, you see a Neo Bong, like, my god, this person also NCTzen, I can be friends. Yeah, so that's how people make friends. Or like for J-pop, a bit different because like everybody holds their own stick, right? So maybe like, oh, this is the Miku concert from like 2018, this is the Miku concert from 2020, this is the Miku concert from Magical Mirai 20 something, right? Then like, oh, this person, wow, so cool, this person went for the 2018 concert. I must know what are their stories they have to tell. But it's a bit more difficult because there are things they can only decorate within this part. They put like a translucent image on it, or they have like the concert name here written. Yeah, KB collectors. Yeah, so these are light sticks. So many things to talk about light sticks. Maybe if I have time, like I can do like a hand cam stream to show how different light sticks work. I was like, wow, until today I still cannot fathom about the Bluetooth connectivity for the K-pop one. Crazy technology. Okay. One thing is very K-pop specific is music show. This is very hard to understand. Until today, I still get confused. I mean, I understand there are music shows, but I fail to grasp why is it so important. Like this is a very cultural specific thing in South Korea, or specifically for K-pop. You don't have music shows for J-pop. Yes, you have survival shows, but you don't have your J-pop groups going against each other week after week after their comeback, right? To fight for their lives, or like not really fight for their lives, they perform, but then it's the fandom that has to do the voting. Okay, let me show you a crazy picture. I wasn't able to find one. This is a music show scoring criteria by StrayKidsComebackGuide.com. Battle Royale, kind of like that, kind of like a battle royale, but they you know, like Hunger Games like that, you know, like, and they do it like in a way that it's the fans that are the one that do the fighting. The performance, they already, you know, they perform on stage, they have to prepare music, you know, got this the outfit, the MV, everything, they already do, like, provide us with music. What can we, the fans, do in return? So what we can do in return is help them in music shows. So music shows, this is just an example, but this is like kind of crazy. Like, I don't understand like most of what's going on here, but I kind of understand, but I don't really want to understand what's going on here. So like I said, there's like 5, right? We have Show Champion, M Count, Music Bank, Music Core, and Ikigayo. So these are on different days. I know like one's like a Monday, one's like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that. Like, there's one show for each day of the week, something like that. And then yeah. So I'll explain what each of these mean. Okay. So criteria, right? So digitals. I might be wrong here, but if I remember correctly, digitals is like the amount of listens you have online, on like YouTube Music, on Spotify, on Melon, on Apple Music. So these are like the digital music that you listen. So this is what they call streaming. Doing something new every day. What they mean. Streaming, but this one is like on the music platform. Maybe I should give like example. So for digitals, it's more like streaming music platforms. And then for physicals, this is buying the album. Purchasing physical album per week. So this counts for every week, and they have like a shutdown or like closing time. Let's say it counts only from Monday until Thursday, until the next Monday or something like that. Like every week, you know, it will come down. Okay, from here until this time, like 5 p.m. and then it will stop counting. Same with like streaming and all that. Okay, so that's why it's very coordinated for groups to have dedicated fan bases, or like, you know, like we've mentioned about fandom name, right? So like fan bases that talk about this. So they say, okay, for this week we buy 500,000 album. Next, then save your money. Next week we have to buy another 500,000. Example. Or like for digitals, usually like the first day streaming is very important. Okay guys, we have to reach streaming the maybe also like the MV, right? I think it's also very, maybe the MV is the most important. So big. Okay, so I say, oh, we must reach 5 million the first day, like before 12 a.m. we must reach this amount of streaming. So that is what they mean as digitals. Not similar to Himik. not well versed in it, but I think they have vote tickets in the album and fans. Yeah, yeah. Actually, in yeah, that does happen. In J-pop, I know that some of them have that concept. But that's more like very specific in that one group. They don't have like a battle royale for like every group. And yeah, I guess we can use Hitmix as an example. Oh, but that was crazy, right? The Hitmix battle, people buying like so many loads of like CD albums and all that. Pre-vote. Pre-vote is literally what it means. There are music apps that you vote on it before the actual live voting. So they have two. They have pre-vote and live voting. Means this is like estimate. Okay. This one is live audience within 1 hour. 1 to 2 hours lah, I think. 1 to 2 hours. Means like as the music show is going on at that moment, let's say show champion is showing from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m, right? And then the live voting is going on at the same time. So within that 2 hour gap, you have that time to use your live voting to say like pre-voting is an estimate. It's like, let's say like during that 1 week, let's say you got Monday to Friday, and then the music show is on Sunday. I think Inkigayo is on Sunday lah. I really don't remember. Okay, let's say like Inkigayo is on Sunday. Then you got Monday to Friday to collect your voting tickets, so you can do an estimate for pre-vote. I think we have a high chance to win. Now we just have to wait for live voting. So when they mean live voting, it's a live audience within that 1 to 2 hours. It can be online. It can be like I think some of them I even showed on YouTube. Most of the time I watch my music shows on YouTube also. Yeah, so within those 2 hours you have the time to vote, and then people will be like, okay, drop your votes now. So this is what they mean, like pre-voting, live voting. And then SNS, I can't remember. I think this is like the hashtags, like Twitter hashtags, sharing MV, TikTok, you know, those engagement, the online social engagement. And then broadcast. This is the one on live show. On live show. Means like these are the people at live show. Audience lah. Live audience. Live audience. 1 to 2 hours. Can be online view. The broadcast is like they give you a ticket, and then this is the vote that you will have to fill in, like actual voting Malaysian what general election, right? Yeah, so this is your broadcast vote. Yeah, this is the vote that you are casting for it. Yeah. Okay, and then viewers. Is that it? I don't know. I might be getting some of these wrong, but yeah, basically I think live audience vote could be either broadcast or viewers committee, either one. I'm not sure, but this is what it means when in K-pop terms. If you think about it. Oh my god, I just found a Reddit thread about it. Just click on it. So this is like the hypnosis mic one that I found from the Reddit thread. So during the latest DRB, there are 3 ways of voting. Buying CD from Japan with the shipping and then a code inside. And then there's like buying ABEMA live ticket to watch the battle live stream online, get the digital access. And then buying a ticket for the VR battle, everybody accessible, and then the access. Every purchase counts, but not every physical shop is shipping overseas. Damn! Yo, this is crazy! That's like crazy expensive. Oh, Christ. Hi, Ase, welcome! Today back to back. Yeah, I can only stream on weekends because I work on weekdays. Okay, so the difference between these two, most of these, okay, this can be free. Maybe I'll just highlight the ones that actually need money. This one you don't need. Okay, so only technically these two you need money to participate. Because like all this can be done in your own time. If you have the time, you can pre-vote. So they have these apps, right? They have mobile applications. No, today is no karaoke. Today we learning. Today I have like slides for you to learn about K-pop terms. Okay. So yeah, okay. So they have these applications, mobile applications, for you to gain these votes. There's a limit for free votes, and there are also like there's an option to buy votes. Yeah, but there is an option for free votes. So you know you can take your time. You know, every day maybe spend like 15 to 20 minutes just watch ads to get votes, kind of thing. So maybe like by the end of the week, or by the end of the month, or by the end of until the next comeback, probably you have like at least 1,500 votes ish for, you know, enough for one, you know, secure win, something like that lah. Sounds like Milgram but without the unalive. Yeah, it is, I guess. But Milgram you don't have to streaming, purchase, music vote, Twitter hashtag, all. I mean, yeah, you have Twitter hashtag, but then you have to go to the website or app itself, and then you vote live voting, right? So that is technically just the live voting. But you do have like fans participation, you know, people like community discussion and all that. Now for like the Hitmake one is kind of crazy. You can only buy, oh my goodness, everything costs money here. This is crazy. I wouldn't survive here. Like, I know what they mean, like every vote counts, but I have to, even the cheapest option is like buying a VR battle ticket. This, like, what do you mean? Like the cheapest option is getting a digital ticket? It's crazy. And you have to get a mobile membership. Oh my goodness. That's milking money. Yeah, so this is like, yeah, the best. Yeah. So in a way, I mean, I don't condone both. I don't want to say that I prefer one or the other. Both is still kind of, you need fans participation, you know. So I feel like it's kind of crazy, you know. I really respect people to have all this, you know, going on. Like, this is more like putting in your dedication, your time into it, into this fandom. This is putting your money into it. Just, if you're rich, you can buy a lot and make sure your group wins. Then technically, yeah, sure, you can get like, let's say the first week you yourself buying 1 million albums, saying like, you know, you buy yourself 1 million albums. But then how about the next week? You're not gonna buy another 1 million albums, right? Crazy, right? So, you know, everybody, you know, sikit-sikit, lama-lama jadi bukit kind of thing. Then same at music apps, you know, everybody can gather votes slowly over time. And the thing about music apps, that they have expired tickets at the end of the month. So they ensure that you don't accumulate for like months over. They make sure that you have to use your tickets until the end of the month. So I guess, you know, you don't, there's not going to be one person that accumulates like 10,000 tickets to ensure that one person win, you know, or one group win. So they have their set limitations. There's a lot of things you want to talk about music shows, but I'm just going like very generalized. Only these two actually need money. but you know, there's a lot of things you can do for free. As a K-pop stan, you can just listen to music, you can get voting, you can do Twitter hashtags, you can share, make a TikTok out of it, you know, get the SNS stuff. Actually need money, you need to buy physical albums, or you actually live in South Korea and attend a live viewing show. Only these two. Crazy. Yeah, so that's about music shows. It's a bit complicated. Until today, I still get confused which one, which day, which one of these. I only watch whenever there's a group I'm interested that is going to perform on that day and I have to vote during live voting. But other than that, you know, sometimes I do tune in to listen to get some new groups. Like the first time I found out about 50/50, you know, the group that does the song Cupid. Cupid, you know, that song. Yeah, so that's the first time I found out about that group was from a music show. Like they perform Cupid live, and then I was like, hey, this song quite nice. I feel like I could stand, or you know, I could get into it, something. So yeah, and their performance was quite cute. So yeah, you learn about like just now Apex mentioned about like indie groups, and yeah, you also learn about like newly debuted groups or groups that are like quite old and then they're having like a comeback at that time also. You're like, wow, this solo performer is having a comeback, they release new music, so let's listen to it. And then TikTok happened. Yeah, when TikTok happened, wow, Cupid really flew off. 50/50. I mean, 50/50 released other good songs. If you listen to their albums, their other songs also quite well. And then Cupid is a good song. I'm not saying it's a bad song, just it's very used a lot. And that's the power of social media. So during that week, the SNS was like, the digitals and SNS was crazy. Maybe the SNS was a bit like okay lah, but you know their physicals, pre-vote, live vote was like a little bit weak because they're a new group, so they didn't really like get that much. It was very good. The power of TikTok. You know, that's why they say if you cannot afford to buy albums, it's fine. Maybe you can make a banger TikTok with that song featured of your group, you know. So what else? Okay, merchandise. I think this might be my last slide for today. I can't really think about much. Merchandise. We talk about. Oh, they don't really have what it okay. Okay, let me just this is a K-pop group called Tomorrow Together, right? Is it Tomorrow Together ke Together Tomorrow? I think they're Tomorrow Tubatu. Okay, so this is their Japanese albums. Any nicer picture? Yeah, let me just Google online. 2017 lah. I have nice. Okay, so for Japanese albums, they sell in these, you know, the classic square container plastic with the, you know, the CD inside with a booklet. Have some. Oh, everything. They have like a picture of. Can I just take this person's like unboxing picture? It's so difficult to find a picture online. No. Okay lah, I think boleh lah this one. Go back. Okay, so the difference between A albums and J albums. I can like very confidently say lah, most J albums, don't take my words out of context. Most J albums will be like this. Just jewel case, I call it like, you know, clear plastic case, CD, one booklet. The booklet probably like lyrics inside, maybe like 1 to 2 pictures of what they, you know, maybe like some interview notes, and that's it. For K albums, they have the CD. I mean, they don't show it. They have the CD. They have the photo album. They have photo cards. They have probably sticker. They have like postcard. They have, you know, it depends. Each album has their different things. Some packaging, like localized games. Yeah. Try to guess which one more expensive. Try to guess which one more expensive. Oh, you thought the J album is Japanese version? No. For Japanese albums, they most likely only release the Japanese, like they have. I know they have an EP, right? So sometimes they release a Japanese song and then maybe like the Japanese version of song. Some groups do that. But let's say like J albums, they have like, I know Chikara is like, it's a song definitely just made for a J album. No, J album more expensive. Probably this thing, same price as this thing, or cost even more. This costs more than this. So this is the reality of it. Recently, I mean, I haven't bought it yet. It's in my. I'm gonna order it soon when I get my next paycheck. Okay, so one J album, which is like jewel case and all that. Probably they have 1 to 2 photo cards inside, right? So this is like 100-ish, 120. I mean, I know Chikara was cheap probably back then, you know, currency exchange. Let's say lah, an equivalent of it, an equivalent in today's exchange rate standards, right? This is probably the same price as 2 of these. You know, like I could get 2 albums at the price of 1 J album. So that is the reality of it. J albums has more stuff. Yes, they have more stuff. Which is probably why they have this purchasing physical album per week thing, because you know it probably costs like, I think in American dollars probably cost like what, $16-ish. You know, a J album probably costs like $24, something like that. Yeah, maybe because of the exchange rate, maybe it's because of the way how Japanese tend to make their albums a standardized price to be like that. Like, if I want to talk about my experience in buying a J album, I only have 1 J album, and it's a second hand from someone, you know, and that's like they say, oh, this one I already discounted because it's an old album, so I'm just selling it to you. But when that day I was about to buy Oshimachi Suisei new album, I didn't buy. I was about to buy. I didn't buy because it was so expensive. And then it came with like, okay, maybe not in a jewel. I think it came with a jewel case, maybe something a bit nicer than a jewel case. And then maybe like one poster, and then it depends on which website or which store I was gonna buy it from, and whether I was gonna buy it from Tokyo Records or HMV or something and all that. But the only difference is the POB. I was gonna get a poster, or I was gonna get a file, or I was gonna get a postcard. You know, those are differences. But for like K albums, all these will come in the album, and then depends on which store you're getting, then you're getting the POB, purchase of benefits. Yeah, tokuten. Yeah, maybe that's a word you can add here. So yeah. Crazy. Until today I still think about why J albums are so expensive. And then I can't question it. I can't say, wow, J albums so expensive. And then they're like, yeah, it's been like that like all the time. And yeah. So it just do be like that. You know, you can't do much. It's just the way how the country works, the way how they tend to price certain things. And there's this one manga I read about how you view things in terms of the same value. Let's say like one album is about like 3,000 yen, right? It in my hands when I bought Kenshi album, but it's okay, it's art. Wait, yeah. That's me trying to justify my purchases whenever they're like from a different, like, it's like buying a Taylor Swift album is also like expensive, and they don't come with tokuten. You know, that's even worse. There's no tokuten, there's no POB for Taylor Swift albums. Just get the album, you know, and that's it. Yeah, you get music, but I can also get the same music on an online streaming platform. So yeah, that's. There's a lot of things I can go about merchandise. Like I could expand into photo cards, but it's almost 12 o'clock already. I didn't know I'd be talking like this long about K-pop, but yeah, maybe we can go about photo cards another day. And then how the market in Malaysia. I can only talk about 17, or I can't talk about other groups because I don't know how much they cost or how much it's worth. Yeah, but in general, J album, K album, J album more expensive, less stuff. But you justify because it's art. And then K albums, yeah, they got more stuff, but you know, it takes up more space, and it's a bit more. If I wanna say negative things, it's different size. You know, if I wanna put in one cohesive, it doesn't look great. I mean, I guess it can look great. Wow, this elf looks. Yeah, I'm just taking stuff from Reddit. Credit to whoever, you know, whoever owns these pictures. Okay, these are great albums, but they're all different size. Like, I had some of these old albums, but like they're all different size. Some of them the same comeback, all same size. Next comeback, different size. And then they have like different versions. They have like the fandom version, they have the regular version, and then you can see like, do they have the Japanese album? Japanese albums are a bit more the same size. Okay, this is like a shitty ass picture. But look, they're all square. If I put them on a shelf, they're all gonna be the same height. You know? But like, they're not the same height for like the regular K albums. So that's a negative part, you know? It's hard to arrange your shelf, make it look nice. yeah, you know that feeling for not being able to susun in order. But I guess some people try to make it work. Like, I think some people they do try to organize it nicely. I have anyone that I mean, they try, you know, they just make it like color cohesive. Like some of them can be the same size, but most of them are like different heights. So they just like, oh, this is the same color, I can put them all together kind of thing. Yeah, that's how it goes. Merchandise. And then one thing I hate about J albums or like anime merch, I feel like there was a tweet that I saw this about the other day. So if you know the word itabek, okay, so like I think it started from gay merchandise that, you know, itabeks, right? Okay. So it's like, you know, merchandise of art here and there, your anime character. Yeah. So one thing I hate about anime merch is that they will use, I mean, this is nice, you know, because you have like a variety of art. What if your favorite character only has 3 art? My favorite character from Token Rambu, Surumaru Kuninaga, has like 6 art of him right now. So every merchandise of him will be featuring the same art on everything. Like, I was insane back then buying the same shit that they were. Capitalism, guys, capitalism. Like, that's the same as art everywhere. What was I thinking? Oh my god. It's just him standing, bro. I'm sick of it. How did they manage to sell me the same 4 or 5 images again and again plastered on different merchandise types? How? Crazy. Oh my goodness. Love building Ita bags and trying to get the merch. Yeah, and then sometimes about Ita bags, right? You have to get the same merchandise twice. Let's look at this person. They got the same merch twice. Just, you know. And then there's like, let me just get another Ita bag that's a bit more cohesive. That's a bit more like, yeah, this. Some people still use like. Why is this picture so blurry? Okay, it's a bit blurry, but they're all the same picture. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they arrange it in a way. Maybe they purposely bought the same one so they can arrange it. And then, wow. I mean, it looks pretty, sure. Wow. Yeah. Japanese, yeah, Japanese ita bags are always like can badges. It do be like that. You like to buy merch from the source that you like rather than the manga style instead of anime style. Yeah. You know, I'm just saying, you know, like they, other than the art style, they managed to sell us the same pose again and again. That's what I'm saying. Like, wow. I'm not saying that K-pop is any much different. I'm not saying it's any much more different. There are idols that have the same pose for like 5 different Tokuten sites, stores, and then they're like, oh, I have to get this, but they have the same exact pose, just maybe different angle, different lighting a little bit, same pose. You don't have to get it, it's not that much different. Ya, aku tunjuk gambar kan nanti kena flame, so I'm not gonna show. But I'm just saying, you know, some of them have the not really same face syndrome, but they, you know, give us a little bit something more. You know, you're like, you know, give us more. You're not an anime character that needs to be drawn by someone. Like, you can just, maybe the first one you wink left, then the next one you wink right, you know, or like one you thumbs up on your left hand, next one you thumbs up on your right hand. You know, like a little bit variation, not asking much. You know, I'm not saying that okay, you just take like 5 selfies in the same frame and call it a day. You're a king, queen, do whatever you need to do to get food on the table. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm buying shit. I want some variety. So yeah, there's complaints from both sides. I'm not just saying that J merch is, you know, the same shit, or like K merch is like shit. They both have their positives and negatives. Yeah. So yeah, and the thing, like, I feel like K albums, they tend to release more shit down the line. They release a lot. They release like January they have a photo shoot, February they're releasing concept photos, March release album, and then next one summer EP maybe. Then constantly new for a popular group, for a group that's very active. They have a lot of things, content. They have, you know, good for fans. You know, you're never hungry. You know, you're always eating non-stop. You know, stuff for you. I think my live 2D stop. It's okay. I don't care anymore. Yeah. So, and then for like J albums, you know, comebacks a little bit more slower, but you know, you enjoy what you get. Like for VTubers, I guess in a way, it's kind of closer to K idols maybe, because like you have your live stream, so people feel a bit more parasocially crazy for them. You know, they're like, oh my god, they have like, you know, like the next Hololive concerts announced, the summer thing, and then people be like, I have to get a concert ticket, you know, because like Hololive. And then like I've been with Gogura for like every day of my life, you know, before her hiatus and all that, so I need to get and see her on stage, you know. It just hit you that K-pop photo cards are similar to okay, Checky are different. If you wanna like that, I have to buka slide baru. See here. Say Checky, what do you call it? K-pop also have Checky. You have, cause Checky you must specifically take with a Polaroid, right? Both have. Or like some of them, they have like the printed ones. Can be album or magazine or merch. Can be standalone merch. Can be a museum ticket. A museum ticket can be a photo card. Some of them did that. But J-pop do not have photo cards. Like the Polaroid. Just put on. And the thing, but I guess the difference, yes, they both have. I'm it's a bit slow right now because I'm like trying to think what's the differences they both have. But I know one is like taken. They both can be taken together. Can be solo, taken at special event, taken at special event. Yeah. Okay. So for J-pop, I know Checky is like, okay, you must attend the event, and then you get the special Checky. Probably like if you won like a lottery lucky draw, then yeah. And then for K-pop, there are, you know, sometimes they go for like a magazine photo shoot, and then they take like 4 to 5 Polaroid Checkies, and then they just sign it. Then they can be like, oh, they do like a giveaway event or like a participation event or retweet hashtag event, something like that. They do it some kind of event, and then they can be like, oh, this person will win one Checkie, one Polaroid, signed Polaroid, something. But can also be taken at special events. I feel like it's a lot more rarer, you know, because for you to stand next to a K idol and take picture. I know J-pop idol, especially big ones, are definitely much more difficult. Maybe there are like indie or underground K idols that also take the same, you know, road as J-pop, where you can, you know, those underground idols, Chika idol, right? Where you can, you know, attend the concert, and after that you can go for like handshake, high five, Checky Polaroid, take picture, yeah. So that. For like K-pop, photo card, J-pop don't have that. They don't sell you cardboard with picture on it and then call it merchandise. They probably sell like, yeah, you know, Checky Polaroid, or like album with like maybe photo book. Yeah, photo books they will sell, but they don't particularly, or you know, have this photo card, cardboard with face on it. You know, they don't have that. Maybe they have like sticker, you know, or something, but a sticker of like their logo or something, but they won't have a thing called a photo card. Photo card specifically for K-pop. I don't, it can be album, magazine, or standalone merch, can be anything. So far, that's my observation. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone in chat or like comment section later, you know, say like, oh, J-pop also have photo card now, or back then they have photo card, they had photo card, or they had like postcards, you know. Yeah, postcards is more general because, you know, postcard you send postage. I don't know if you want to send idol postcard to someone, but yeah, postcard can. Photo card particularly about this thing, no. So these photo cards, very K-album, K-culture specific. Have you seen Taylor Swift photo cards? No. Probably they should. Yeah. You can try check Bromide. It's Bromide. Bromide come out is the okay, so these are bromide. And the size is different. I think the size is different. These are like Naruto ones. Why do I post it here? Oh, these are like the So, bromides, they're like, you have like a gay idol. I mean, like, yeah, Naruto is fine, but they're like, just. Technically, yeah, sure, same. But I know photocard, they are very particular because like. Then bromide is similar to what do you call this? Trading card. But I mean there are different words, but they're technically the same thing. So photocards, they're very particular about it is because the idols themselves take it as a selfie. Because you know you got that like selfie angle as compared to like bromide is like taken with the camera and it's there. Is there any bromide that is like selfie bromide? Selfie bromide? No. No. Mostly it's like taken professionally with a camera and then like they edit it on a template and then they just sell it like. But yeah, for K-pop they have like the merchandise ones and then they have. Okay, wait, then let me just show you a template. I think there are a lot more different in a way. Yeah, photo cards are selfie. I mean, these are also called photo cards. The Oreo collab ones. I don't know what to call it. Like, yeah, like taken with a professional photo and pasted. But they have because it's the size like, you know, the size for bromide and the size for photo card is different. So people have to like get different sleeve sizes and yeah, let me just get this trading card template lah. So this thing is called trading cards, which is like you buy like a blind pack and then hopefully you'll get something. So like yeah, so since we are talking about photo cards, this is like a whole new topic. I could go really long about photo cards. Okay, so we have solo trading cards. Solo trading cards, you know, you get like a solo member and then pairs, like within 2 members, and then unit. You know, are they like name card size? No. They're a bit smaller than name card. Some of them a bit bigger than name card. Bromide is, I know, bigger. Bromide size bigger. Photo card a little bit smaller, and they have like round edges. Okay, round edges made in Korea, sharp edges made in Japan. That's one thing I learned recently. Because they can have the same album made in different places and printed at different factories, and when it comes and then you're like scared, oh my god, is my photo card fake or what? But no, it's just made in different factories. The law expands. You feel like you will love photo card. Luckily, you're not any fan of idol band. Yeah, you know, yeah. Don't worry. I too started like that. I was like, wow, I love this group and their music. And then my friend told me, okay lah, you get lah one photo card. You know, just to join in the fandom so people can take picture with your. It's like getting pictures with my nui gurumis, my little neso berries. You know, but like pocket size. My pocket size neso berry. You know. But, on Thursday, I'll be doing a hand cam of my venti. I'll be showing my venti Nandroid and my little venti Neso and my little venti Nui Gurumi and my little Meow Meow. Okay, yeah. Back to photo cards, right? So about photo cards, yeah, they're all Treka, but this one is special, right? Like Like this one is like extra special, right? It's because it's a selfie one. So this one would cost more, or like when you try to sell it like locally, right? We have a hashtag for buying and selling stuff on Twitter. Maybe like same like on Instagram and like TikTok shop and all that, or Facebook group, you know, where you got it. So the selfie ones would cost much more expensive than the like the full size picture, or like, you know. So these will cost more expensive. So that's just it. The difference is that it's just gonna cost a little bit more. But other than that, it's not that much. And then pairs, usually these are much more cheaper if you want to talk about like buying and selling, and it depends on the group duo lah. Like if these two are like the expensive members of the group, then it's gonna be expensive. Or like people really like these pairing, then it's gonna be expensive. But if they're like, you know, yeah, so, then it's gonna be cheap, and people just try to sell them off cheap. Group trading card usually very cheap because people are just like, I can't even see their face. How am I gonna like, you know, how much I zoom in also I still cannot. Yeah, I can't even tell like what's going on here, but yeah. So that's about photo cards. In general lah, how it template, because there's like so much going on. So this is also photo card. You know, this is bromide just because of the size. Then we take checky. This is yeah, okay, I'm sorry whoever's picture I'm thinking and doing it on stream right now. But anyway, yeah, so these are checky, like the ones that I say about like special events, right? Maybe they go to like a special event, they take picture with them. This is like, yeah, and then they like sign it and give it to you. Then there's also this. Okay lah, I don't know which idol is this, but anyway, so sometimes they just like sell one single checky, one single Polaroid, and then they can just like sell it online at like exorbitant price, you know, because they're not with someone, you know. If it's with someone, then it's your special checky, your very own Polaroid for you to use, only for you, because your face is on it as well. But if it's like just themselves with the signature, wow, this one can sell for like 100, 200 and that. So that's the difference of like checky. And they're all different size. I think checky is closer to like name card size, but it's slimmer. It's like height wise, no, length wise it's shorter, but height wise is about the same. If I'm not wrong, I also have some checky. Yeah, so these are like different size, and one thing that makes it difficult is because they're different size, so it gets a bit difficult for me to get like different sleeve sizes. Card sleeve. This is what I mean as card sleeve. To protect your card from getting like scratches and damages and all that. So these come in various sizes, you know, nowadays, because we have so many kinds of different sizes: trading card, photo card, checky, Polaroid, square Polaroid, rectangular Polaroid, you know, all kinds of things. So you know, you get a card sleeve to protect it. You didn't know that the edges were yeah. So I mean, recently also I found out about that. My checky when I also don't know. I don't kind of merge. But if anyone has a Polaroid camera and wants to take, so boleh. What is card folder. One thing I like about photo cards is that these things this top loader, I'll just do another top loader, you know, plain, square, not much. And also turn into this good decorated pictures top loader to put my little emotional support K-pop boy girl inside, you know. And then you can put it in your pocket, and then whenever you go out, you know, like, oh, my little emotional support K-pop boy, K-pop girl is in my pocket right now. And take them out, take a picture. Which is like in J terms, for like J stuff. One thing I like about Japanese merch is that they can make plushies out of everything. Like, hey, idols, they start making plushies of their comeback or like of their mascot or something. I'm begging to see plushies of my bias. Like look at how cute these are. I would want like 10 of these, like the whole group. Like I can only rely when they have like a Japanese comeback, and then DIY. Yeah, the thing is about K-pop groups, right? They have like fan-made merch. There's like so many fan-made merch. Like there's like fan-made plushies. So recently I bought fan-made plushies because, you know, official ones they're not gonna come by. They're not gonna make plushies of your favorite human, I guess. You love watching videos doing yeah, how they make it like, you know, really like decorated and all that. So these are like the perks, you know, if you have like a photo card, you can get a nice top loader to put inside it and all that. But like J merch, I really like plushies. I wish like as much as I you know, as much as I shit talk about Itabai and all that, wow, plushie merch never gets old. Like they can have like so many variants of plushies. I personally have 3 variants of Venti. 3? 1 fan-made one and 2 official ones. So like, wow, plushies, man, they gotta make them. Oh, betul, yeah. Plushies are so good. So I think that's it for now. What I can think of. There might be a lot more, you know, if I think about it like down the road. Like if I really want to get into photo card, I have to start another stream. I can't do it right now. I have work tomorrow. So any questions, guys, y'alls? Any? Anyone got any questions or like any stuff you want to think about, like, oh yeah, you know, it's like I have that one part I didn't listen, or like I have this question. One thing you want to make during the SEM break, the plushie or the top loader? You can make both, which is good. I've seen some people oh, there's also cup sleeve event. I'll do another stream about it lah. My next week's stream, I'll talk about this again here. About merchandise and events. Do that about next week. Yeah, okay, now I have plans for next week's stream. Yay! See you guys next week. Woo! Plushies, but yeah, bro. Yay! Yeah, but I'm just gonna talk about K-pop. So if you're not interested, after listening my 2 hours lecture about how to make sure you can, you know, you can talk about like K-pop, like after all this explanation, if you still don't understand and still cannot get into K-pop, I understand. You really need to, like, for me, I got into K-pop not because of all this, not because of all this explanation, you know. I got into it because I like the music. So you have to really like music to, you know, the music, the group itself, to really get into it. Like, other than that, it's like it's no use telling, you know, what's the similarities and differences. You don't want to get into it. I truly understand that. That is me with a lot of groups right now. And yeah, keep wallet safe. Very good, very good. Like recently there's a lot of new groups debuting, you know, releasing new music as well. And I can say I really like 17. They're my ultimate group. But I also casually listen to Tubatu and Enha and Tiny and like so many other groups, maybe like, you know, Luna, Red Velvet. I do listen to so many groups, but I only ultimate one group because I want to keep my wallet safe. If I like 5 groups, my wallet is going broke, because if that 5 groups have like one group come back every month, wow, I no money if I buy album every month. Being how devoted I currently am with your fictional faves, you can't afford to get into this too. It's okay, understandable. I'm not saying you have to get into it. I'm just like, you know, if you see these terms come up on like K-pop tweet and then you're like, oh, I understand what this person is talking about, and then, or maybe you can also use the same lingo with your anime faves. Like my ultimate bias is Venti. But my, you know, like I also have like other biases. I also like Scaramouche and also like Heizo and all that. And then my bias line is like the whole anemo. Like I like all the anemo boys. That's my bias line. And then maybe my bias record, like I didn't expect to like actually appreciate the guy, but suddenly my bias record is Ayato. Like I usually don't pull for characters that are like, that all characters, but suddenly Ayato is my bias record. But the concept of Ayato being in Inazuma, you know, and all that Japanese thing reminds me of you know, Toke Rambu, which I really enjoy, you know. And then, you know, when they have those promotional art and he's drinking boba tea, I think that's it. That's where he got me. That's the killing part, you know. That's me. Yeah. And then age line. Okay, let's say like, oh, my bias age line is probably the Archons lah, you know. I really like the Archons. Let's say if the Archons were an idol lah, oh, the Archon is my Archon group is my bias line, the age line group. Maybe they're all same age or they're not the same. I'm a Archon Oshi. My ultimate is Venti. I'm a OT4. I like all of them for now. How many regions are there? 7. Okay, I'm OT7 Archon Oshi. I'm just saying you can use these words in like Japanese context or like in American context. I don't know that many American Western artists. I really like Taylor Swift, you know. I wish that Taylor Swift would release a next, you know, when's her next comeback. Or like I hope she drops any teaser photos for her next comeback, you know, or like, oh my god, her magazine shoot was so good, you know, or like something like that lah, you know. Maybe Nicki Minaj is my bias record. Like usually I just listen to her music, but recently when I saw her, I think she might be onto my bias list. Yeah, guys, make your life more exciting, more enjoyable by adding these new vocabulary into your life. That's all I'm just saying, you know. Nikki Queensley, yes! You found a book on JP Oshi terms being translated into English, like an handbook of it. Yeah, it's be like that. There's me right now with K-pop terms, but I'm not even telling like everything. There's even like fandom specific ones if I want to be like really get into it, right? But I'm not really getting into it. I'm just like, you know, just the general Twitter terms that you've seen, or like on TikTok, you know, like, oh, you only see like why you pick your bias, why you pick your fave is because you either look up to them, you want to be like them, or you want to something that you relate to them, that kind of thing. And then your bias wrecker is someone that like closer to your ideal type, something like that, like, you know. And these are all like pseudoscience, like, you know, fun stuff to talk. You know, just they're basically J-pop, K-pop cousins, you know, not too far off. They just, you know, they live right across the ocean, not too far off from each other also. And then thank you very much everybody for listening for my lecture today. Thank you lah for listening. I'm not sure how to say an ending. If there's any questions you wanna ask, you can like send me on Twitter and start using K-pop stan tweet lingo with me. Probably I will try to. Time to rest up. Yeah, tomorrow's work day, guys. Rest well. Everybody as well. Rest well. Mio, I hope your GLPT was like good today. Good. Thanks for tonight lecture. Yeah. If you feel like I was speaking too fast, when the VOD is up later, you can try to watch the VOD. Anything you don't understand, can just ask. You wanna start standing a group, but that's good for you. You felt confident with it. Yeah, it's good. Great. It's good. Okay, yeah. Take care, everybody. My next stream is on Thursday. This Thursday on the 6th at night. So this one I'll be doing camera, hand cam. Then you can see like my Android, and then I'll show the different kinds of merchandise that I had. Like I'll show you like stupidly how I was so into Surumaru Kuninaga that I bought like 50 merchandise with his same picture face on it, and I don't know lah, went crazy. So yeah, thanks everybody. Otsuyume! Rest well. Drink lots of water. Keep yourself cool because Malaysia very hot. Or if you're other countries, keep yourself cool because now it's summer. Bye bye.